Hi everyone, it's Mason Hope, and today I wanted to talk about The Force Awakens and A New Hope. Just a disclaimer, I enjoy both films. I enjoy all the Star Wars movies, although the sequels are my least favorite trilogy of the series. I still enjoy them. But I wanted to do a comparison kind of video, just to show you that A New Hope and The Force Awakens are really similar. Although people debate if it's a remake to A New Hope or not, I do say that it has a lot of similarities where it feels like A New Hope, but it's not totally a remake. But I would consider it a requel, and a requel is the term that's a mixture of a reboot slash sequel. It's not totally a sequel, but it's not necessarily a reboot or remake. But let's get started. A lot of people like to compare the scene between Leia and R2D2 and Poe and BB-8, although they're really similar because they send the droid with a key to the plot, I would say. Although Leia's thing was the message for Obi-Wan Kenobi to help the rebels. What Poe made BB-8 do was hide a piece of a map to Luke Skywalker. But people like to do this comparison. I would say it's really similar, but it's not totally the same thing. But what is essentially kind of the same thing is the main characters of the movies, Rey and Luke. They're both orphans. Their parents are both gone, and they both later find out that they're related to a character who came before them that kind of shaped the galaxy a certain way, with Rey being related to Palpatine and Luke being related to Darth Vader. And the ironic part is Palpatine and Darth Vader worked together, or necessarily Vader worked for Palpatine, but they were once friends, and then Anakin turned into Vader and worked for Palpatine, thinking that pathway was good, but he later turned, and Palpatine was thrown and never heard from again until now. And so Rey, I'm sorry, I'm getting over a cough, a bad cough thing, but anyways, Rey and Luke are essentially orphans, although Luke was raised by his uncle and aunt, but they later died in the series. But they were both orphans. They both lived on desert planets. They get caught up in the war, and then they kind of discover the Force. Then an old wise man helps them get to where they need to go, which would be Obi-Wan Kenobi for Luke and Han Solo for Rey. And then they get on board the Millennium Falcon in both series. Both trilogies, I mean, not series, but they're different trilogies. They start to fight in this war. They get stronger with the Force. Then they watch their mentor die, get killed in front of them. And they have to continue their journey without the mentor that kind of helped to lead them the way. And then there's somewhat of a happy ending. I don't want to say a happy ending for The Force Awakens, because Han died, and the last scene before Rey goes to Luke Skywalker to hand him his saber, Leia and Rey have a long hug, although they've never met before. But they hug because they both lost someone that they really cared about. Leia was Han's wife, the love of his life, and Rey was already like getting attached to him, seeing him as a mentor, and because she hadn't felt loved in her life, she was looking for her parents or waiting for her parents on Jakku, but she had never felt loved before, and they kind of had this warm hug at the end, and then she goes on the Millennium Falcon with Chewbacca, and then they head to see Luke, and then that's how the movie ends. So I would say that this movie is really similar to A New Hope, although it's not totally a remake or like a sequel. I would consider this a prequel, a soft reboot, I guess a requel. But it's really similar to A New Hope. I still enjoy both films. I would say, like I said before, in every trilogy of the Star Wars Skywalker saga, ironically, every trilogy, my favorite movie of each trilogy is the second episode in the trilogy. Episode 2 was my favorite prequel. Episode 5 is my favorite original movie. And then episode 8 is my favorite sequel. So, it's ironic, but I still enjoy The Force Awakens, even though it feels a lot like A New Hope. That's what keeps me from considering this my favorite movie in the trilogy, the sequel trilogy, because it feels way too similar to A New Hope. But I still enjoy it. I still enjoy both films, but it feels a little too similar to A New Hope in some parts. But I still enjoy it. It's a solid 7 out of 10 for me. You know what I mean? It's a solid 7 out of 10. It's a good movie, and I was just watching it with my dad today, so that was fun. But that's all I gotta say. God bless and bye.